We got some directors in the running for Thor 5. It's said that this will be the final installment of the Thor franchise. They're hoping to start shooting at the end of next year and looking for a 2027 release. And these are our directors. Gareth Edwards, Chloe Zhao.
Just to confirm, these are actually our directors for the film. These are just...
I know them all personally. And Kenneth Branagh. Right. Let's run through them real quick. I'll give you a little bit about each person. So, Gareth Edwards. You know Gareth Edwards. Rogue One, Godzilla. He's just recently done The Creator, and he's going to be doing the Jurassic World sequel that's coming out next year. Chloe Zhao, Oscar-winning director, directed The Eternals. Kenneth Branagh directed the first Thor movie. The very first Thor movie. So, obviously he's done other stuff as well, like all the Haunting, The Haunting in Venice, Murder on the Orient Express, Belfast.
Pretty good actor though, isn't he, as well?
Pretty good actor as well. Very good actor, I'd say.
Yeah, yeah.
So,
yeah.
If you had to pick one of these people, Kyle, who would it be? What would your reasons be? And then maybe what are some other reasons why you wouldn't have some of the others?
So I'll start with Gareth Edwards. I think he'd be a good pick, but I just think he's got a lot on his plate at the moment, and for him to jump in and you need to dedicate a lot of time to this to get it right. I just don't think right now he's the best choice right now, just because of obviously he's set to direct a Jurassic Park film. I'm really bad with names.
Chloe Zhao.
Chloe Zhao. I think she could do it, but I think it would be probably on the same level as Eternals. I just think it'll be like, yeah, it's okay, it's passable. I feel like Thor has become such a fun character that if she were to do him in the best way that she can, it would be far too serious. Like, it'd feel like...
I think that's what they're looking for. They're looking for something drastically different this time around again.
Yeah, but... No, I get that. But, that being said, I think it'll be too serious. Like, it'll go on to, like, the level of, like, the Northman serious. Like, it will just not have anything that'll feel Marvel about it, Because that's really, like, you need that something Marvel about it to really sort of go, oh, it's a Marvel film, but it's a really good one. It's like Shang-Chi. It's a fucking fantastic film, but there's something about it that still feels Marvel, which isn't a bad thing. It's just this will end up feeling like very disconnected from the rest of it, which, I think for this character, he's got so much weight and he's got so much...
Part of the Big Three.
Exactly. So
an underappreciated member of the Big Three as well.
Yeah. I think genuinely, it's better going back to is it Kenneth
Branagh.
Yeah, I think that's probably my number one pick. I think because he's more familiar with the character. I enjoyed the first Thor movie.
I think it's very underrated. The first Thor film.
Yeah, I think he could do a good job.
I think a lot of Phase 1 films are. The first Avenger and Thor, they don't get the love that I think they should.
Yeah, I completely agree. But yeah, I think he's probably the best choice. He's had a couple of years to hone his skills as a director, and the character is now left in a bit more of an open position. Whereas, this is just sort of like a nice send off. I think it'd be very poetic.
I think, yeah.
The first the director, did the first Thor film, let him do the last one. I think that'll be very poetic. I think, it'd be the best way to send off the Thor character if that's how you're gonna do it.
I think Kenneth Branagh is the perfect choice for this. It writes itself, doesn't it, in the history books, and then he comes back to do the final one. and send him off in the right way. You know, the hero's journey, and then by the time you get back to where you started, are they a bit of a better person? Have they learned something? And yeah, they have. And he can work with this bit more moulded Thor now. You know, he had a hard job because he had to do the first one and do the fish out of water stuff with him and have him adjust to the world around him at first.
Yeah, and like, don't get me wrong, I'm all for the serious Thor. I just think Kenneth would probably be the better choice because he's more familiar with the character. You know, he wasn't super serious in the first one, but it you know, in this one I'd love to see. I love how like we want all our Marvel movies now to be serious, like Spider-Man 4 and the 4-5.
But then, you know, then there's some, you know, we don't. It's about finding that perfect balance with it. And so I'll say this, I'll run through them. Gareth Edwards. You know, they're saying shooting at the end of next year. I think he's going to be shooting that Jurassic World film this year. But yeah, he's a busy man. And I don't feel like his style would fit a Thor film.
No, I feel. Do you know what? Gareth Edwards should have directed Eternals.
I like that.
Like, not just for the scale, but for the, you know, the actual Eternals and the characters, because he's definitely a director that can do characters pretty well.
Yeah, and the Celestials and stuff like that, he'd have done a great
job. And the scale with the exactly. A missed opportunity there, but
now Chloe Zhao, great director, fantastic director, Oscar-winning director. They can't have Chloe Zhao direct this film. That it will just bring on a shitstorm of negative press when it's announced. The film would already lose before it even starts filming. I'd love to see a Chloe Zhao Thor movie. I would. But they're going to be fighting an uphill battle right away as soon as they announce that Chloe Zhao's directing the film.
I'd like to see Chloe Zhao do something in the Marvel Spotlight stuff they're doing, where it's like they're not confined to the MCU. I think that's probably like the best course of action if she was to direct something in Marvel. I think that's probably the best way to go about it.
But I get what you mean. But same with Rian Johnson when it comes to Star Wars. I'd love to see another Rian Johnson Star Wars movie. I'd wanted to see his trilogy. It's got to the point where it's like, it's not even worth attempting because people will be against it from the beginning.
Yeah.
Like a Chloe Zhao Thor movie will be just written off by the fans right away.
Yeah.
So, yeah. But Kenneth Branagh, I think, is the perfect choice anyway. There is an option on the table. I'd still pick Kenneth Branagh over Chloe Zhao.
Yeah.
I think he is the perfect choice. And it is so poetic when it comes back round to it. And I'd really love to see how he takes his version of Thor that he crafted, takes all these lessons he's learned, everything, all the loss he's been through, and what Thor is going to be like in his final outing. May that be his final Thor film, or is his final film going to be Avengers Secret Wars?
Just want to say, I think we'd we should do like a like once a week or something where it's like we pick 5 directors, or even 3 directors, and we just have some sort of whiteboard and kind of just think who do you think's the best choice? Like we'll pick a couple of films and think
and think who's the best for it.
Or just like a film that's passed and it's like kind of like Eternals. It's like I would have lived to see Gareth Edwards do it, kind of thing.
Yeah, no. I think Gareth Edwards would be a great choice to do Eternals, especially when we're talking about Celestials and stuff like that. And the Deviants could have made them look a bit more interesting.
Yeah.
But anyway, Kenneth Branagh, he should be who you pick. Isn't that right, Kyle? Tell him again.
You should pick this guy.